For centuries, secret societies like the Freemasons and the Illuminati have fueled wild speculation, hidden handshakes, mysterious symbols, whispered alliances shaping world events behind closed doors. But what if I told you? The real power today doesn't hide in smoky backrooms, it lives inside your phone. Every like, every share, every comment, part of a sophisticated system of influence more powerful than anything the old secret orders ever dreamed of. Science now reveals how social networks are designed not just to connect us, but to control us, steering emotions, shaping opinions, rewriting truth itself. Are we really free thinkers, or carefully managed pieces in a vast, invisible game? Stay with me, because by the end of this story, you'll never look at your screen the same way again. Hit like, subscribe, and let's go. In today's world, the idea of secret societies manipulating global events might sound like pure fantasy, a relic of old conspiracy theories and ancient fears. But behind the polished surfaces of modern life, something far more complex is happening, and it's very real. We live in an era where information moves faster than thought itself. Every second, millions of interactions ripple across the internet. Posts, tweets, videos, likes, a constant storm of data. Social networks, once built to bring people together, have evolved into powerful ecosystems of influence, with algorithms that quietly study, predict, and shape human behavior. At the same time, ancient institutions like the Freemasons and the mythic Illuminati have faded from public fear, replaced by a much more invisible enemy, the weaponization of connection. Recent scientific research has revealed the unsettling ways social media taps into deep psychological triggers, fear, anger, validation, crafting personalized echo chambers where truth becomes fluid and facts lose their meaning. Our minds, once autonomous, are now quietly farmed by unseen forces seeking control over how we think, feel, and act. This isn't the future, it's the world we live in right now. And the scariest part? Most of us have no idea it's even happening. Today, we dive deep into this hidden architecture of manipulation, tracing its roots, its silent evolution, and asking the ultimate question: are we truly free, or just puppets in a digital web? The roots of secret influence reach far deeper than most realize. Long before the internet, long before television, shadowy groups understood the immense power of shaping perception. The Freemasons, emerging from medieval guilds, quietly built networks of power across Europe and the New World. Their symbols hidden in architecture, their ideals whispered among kings and revolutionaries. Then came the Illuminati, not a myth, but a real organization founded in 1776 in the heart of Bavaria, born from a vision to control not through violence, but through the manipulation of ideas. Fast forward to the modern age, and the tools of persuasion have become almost unimaginably powerful. Early pioneers of behavioral psychology, like Edward Bernays, realized that crowds could be guided without their knowledge, that desires, fears, and dreams could be engineered. His work laid the foundation for modern advertising and, eventually, the algorithms that govern social media today. What began as secret handshakes and coded letters has evolved into targeted ads, curated news feeds, and endless streams of content designed not to inform, but to influence. Every innovation brought humanity closer to an invisible cage, a world where freedom feels real, even as it slips quietly away. And now, standing at the edge of this digital abyss, we face a chilling question. If the old conspirators once moved nations with whispers, what unimaginable forces are moving us now? Every minute, every click, without a sound. Today, over 4.8 billion people use social media, more than half of the world's population, connected by invisible threads, feeding algorithms with every thought, every moment of anger, joy, fear. Studies show that a single viral post can sway public opinion faster than any political speech ever could. Research from MIT revealed that false news spreads 6 times faster than the truth, because fear and outrage trigger deeper emotional reactions. These networks, once praised for democratizing information, have become weapons of influence, tailored to each individual, learning, adapting, manipulating. Facebook's own leaked research showed that their algorithms can push vulnerable users into extremist communities within just a few weeks, not by design, they claim, but by simple, cold optimization for engagement. Meanwhile, hidden armies of bots and fake profiles flood every platform, sowing confusion, division, and distrust. It's not just about stealing your data, it's about stealing your mind. Governments, corporations, even shadow groups understand the stakes. And they are playing a long, quiet game. Every click, every scroll, Every second you spend looking at your screen, it's another move on a chessboard you cannot see. And the worst part? Most of us think we are in control. We think we are making choices. But in reality, those choices were often made for us, long before we even realized there was a decision to make. Here's the part they never tell you. Social media doesn't just predict your behavior, it actively shapes it. According to cutting-edge research in neuroscience, every notification, every flash of red on your screen, triggers a tiny burst of dopamine, the same chemical reaction tied to addiction. It's not accidental. These systems are scientifically engineered to hijack your brain's reward circuitry, keeping you locked in endless loops of checking, scrolling, craving. One study from Stanford University revealed that the brain scans of heavy social media users look disturbingly similar to those of people addicted to cocaine. But the manipulation runs deeper. Algorithms use reinforcement learning, the same principles that train artificial intelligence, to find exactly what content will most effectively capture and hold your attention. And sometimes, the content that holds us the longest is fear, anger, outrage. In trying to maximize engagement, the platforms have unknowingly, or perhaps knowingly, turned society into a series of emotional battlegrounds. Scientists warn that these mechanisms are reshaping human cognition itself, lowering our attention spans, altering our emotional resilience, even changing how we perceive truth. It's not science fiction, it's biology, data science, and behavioral engineering colliding at a massive, global scale. The chilling question is no longer, are we being manipulated? But how much of who we are has already been rewritten without our consent? Today, scientists and researchers are beginning to fully grasp the terrifying power hidden within social media systems. In recent studies, artificial intelligence experts discovered that modern algorithms have evolved to the point where even their own creators can no longer fully understand how decisions are made. Deep learning models, the beating heart of platforms like Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, operate as black boxes, creating outcomes that optimize attention, engagement, and emotion without human oversight. Meanwhile, neuroscientists warn that constant exposure to algorithmically curated content is fundamentally rewiring human brains, especially among younger generations. Research from the American Psychological Association has linked heavy social media use to increased rates of anxiety, depression, and cognitive distortion. Even more disturbing, emerging fields like computational propaganda show how targeted information campaigns, powered by big data and machine learning, can influence elections, movements, and public consciousness itself. It is no longer about simple ads or political slogans. It is a full-scale manipulation of reality perception, driven by cold algorithms seeking only one thing: more engagement. The European Union's recent investigations into algorithmic transparency reveal that even small design changes, like adjusting a newsfeed's order, can dramatically shift public opinion. Yet, despite all the warnings, the machinery keeps running. Faster, smarter, more relentless. We are standing on the edge of a profound shift, where technology no longer simply serves humanity, but starts to reshape what it even means to be human. Some argue that the rise of social media and algorithmic influence is not purely a story of manipulation and loss. Optimists believe these technologies democratize information, give a voice to the voiceless, and foster global empathy. In their view, the unprecedented flow of ideas has the potential to unite humanity, break down old power structures, and accelerate progress like never before. But even the brightest light casts a dark shadow. Critics warn that the same systems designed to empower us have spun out of control, morphing into tools of mass psychological conditioning. Some researchers propose that what we are witnessing is not a conspiracy led by a single secret group, but a natural, chaotic evolution of technology unchecked by ethics or foresight. Others whisper darker theories that powerful interests have quietly steered these systems, exploiting their emergent behavior to cement influence and suppress dissent. In either case, the outcome is chillingly similar: a fractured world, polarized into echo chambers, addicted to outrage, blinded by curated illusions. Progress, it seems, demands a heavy price. We have gained access to infinite knowledge, but lost the ability to trust what we see. We have connected every corner of the globe, yet have never felt more isolated, more vulnerable to invisible forces pulling at the threads of our minds. In chasing the dream of endless connection, we may have opened a door to a reality we can no longer control. And now, standing on the threshold, we must ask ourselves, is it too late to turn back? The consequences of this invisible war are already reshaping humanity. Around the world, Mental health crises are skyrocketing, political systems are destabilizing, and communities fracture under the pressure of endless digital conflict. Scientists warn that humanity is undergoing an unprecedented form of forced evolution, one where natural selection is no longer driven by biology, but by information itself. Those who adapt to the endless noise, who can navigate manipulation and disinformation, will thrive. Those who cannot risk becoming relics of a slower, more thoughtful past. A new kind of human is emerging, hyperconnected, emotionally reactive, addicted to stimulation. They are not stronger or wiser, but they are faster, more compliant, easier to influence. Some experts fear that we are breeding a species that prioritizes speed and conformity over depth and critical thought. In the aftermath of this digital evolution, entire fields of science, education, and governance are struggling to catch up. Truth itself is under siege, as facts become fluid and reality splinters into endless subjective versions. The old institutions, schools, governments, even scientific communities now fight an uphill battle against tides of misinformation too vast to contain. In this chaotic new order, power belongs not to those who create knowledge, but to those who control attention. And the terrifying question that remains, if we have already lost control over our own perception, what hope do we have of shaping the future that lies ahead? In the end, humanity stands at a crossroads, a silent, invisible turning point that most will never even recognize. We can continue down this path, surrendering more of our autonomy, letting invisible systems mold our thoughts, our emotions, our very identities, until we no longer remember what it felt like to choose freely. Or we can fight back, not with weapons, but with awareness, critical thought, and a stubborn refusal to be herded by unseen algorithms. The choice is not easy. Evolution demands adaptation, and those who resist the tide may find themselves isolated, overwhelmed, forgotten. Yet the cost of submission is far greater, a future where humanity loses the very spark that once set us apart. Will we evolve into something stronger, more aware, more resilient? Or will we become hollow reflections, living lives dictated by forces we neither see nor understand? Technology itself is not the enemy, but our blindness to its power is. We created these systems, and we still have the power to reshape them, to demand transparency, to rebuild trust. The clock is ticking. Every day, the lines between reality and illusion blur a little more. And the most terrifying truth is this: if we wait too long to choose, the choice may be made for us, and by then, it could already be too late. Maybe you're already feeling it. That strange heaviness when you open your favorite app. The whisper of doubt when you scroll past another headline, wondering if it's even real. Maybe deep down, part of you knows, we are no longer fully in control. I didn't tell you this story just to scare you. I told it because I feel it too. Every day, every choice, every thought, a quiet battle is raging inside us, invisible but relentless. The future isn't something far away. It's being written right now, with every tap, every like, every share. And the truth is, no one is immune. Not you, not me. We built this digital world with the best of intentions, but somewhere along the way, we forgot to ask, who holds the pen? Who controls the story? If you've ever felt lost scrolling late at night, if you've ever wondered why time slips away so easily online, you're not alone. The greatest power of secret influence isn't in forcing you to obey, it's in making you believe it was your idea all along. So I ask you, after everything you've heard tonight, do you still believe you're making your own choices? Or has the game already begun, and none of us ever realized it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, and remember, sometimes, the most dangerous traps are the ones we never even see.